So this video is going to be about why my iPad's the best purchase I've ever made. So first off, to begin, this is the pencil that I use with my iPad. It is not an official Apple pencil. It's a $20 pencil off Amazon. You cannot set your hand down the screen and be able to do it like this, but personally I hold it from the top and I don't use it for much drawing like I thought I would. So for me, that works more than perfectly. So I do have this Sierra Blue, I think, iPad. And it's the iPad 10th generation, and then this is the front. Here's my lock screen, just super cute. And then there on the power button is a fingerprint scanner, and this is my home screen. I have the 64GB version. Okay, so here's the reasons why this is the best purchase I've ever made. Number one is it has the perfect amount of storage to hold all of my games without interruption. It's not always telling me, oh, get rid of this, get rid of that. The only thing it ever gives me an issue about is having too many videos on here, because I use my iPad 90% of the time to edit my videos when there's edits needed. And number two is it is awesome for social media posting. As you guys might know, on most devices, Instagram tends to look like this. But in case you didn't know, there's a button down in the right-hand bottom corner that you can make it bigger like this. And it's just so easy because when I'm done editing my pictures, I could just post them straight to Instagram and get a realistic 8x10 view of what it's going to look like. And then TikTok is another amazing value for this, especially because I actually have eyesight issues and I refuse to wear my glasses. Small numbers like in the corners for my views, it's so much easier for me to be able to realistically view them and understand what it says. Oops, I accidentally locked it using this hand. Okay, and another thing too is that if I did choose to draw on here, let me turn my pencil on. Mine just lights up blue when it's on. It's so simple and it's so vibrant to do so. That's actually the first time I've dropped this. Me personally, I prefer my color games because I just prefer to be able to have that control of pressure and stuff with, now I know you can't get the $200 Apple pencil, but I just prefer my pen and paper. But I get games like this where I could just fill in the blanks. Okay. And as far as online shopping, it's so much easier to read the fine print. So let me just click on something random just to use. I would have to sit there and squint to be able to read that on my phone. On my iPad, however, I don't struggle to read it as much as I normally would. Photo editing is the biggest reason I use my iPad every single day almost. And when I don't use it every single day, I'm using it, like, if I don't use it every day for photo editing, I use it for video editing. So these are some candids I took tonight, and that just turned out beautiful because with the bigger screen I'm able to zoom in more, especially when I'm editing out a background, and be able to get in there with my pencil, and it's very flawless. It's also amazing for editing my thumbnails, which I tend to do on here as well. And it comes out with an okay thing. That's not my iPad's fault, it's my fault. And I also sometimes use my iPad as a remote, but mostly I use the phone that I use to record as that type of thing. A lot of people like to use GoodNotes on theirs, personally, I don't see the appeal to it. Because, I mean, yeah, I could technically sit there and write, like, you know, is my pen even on? Like, yeah, I could sit there and be like, ooh, yay, I could write on here. Like, you know what I mean? I could sit here and, like, write on here, but that's about the extent of what I could do with it because I don't have the full package. So it's not like I get all them cute planners, and personally, I feel like if I have to pay for an app, I feel obligated to, like, use it. I would rather just use an app I don't have to pay for and I can just freely enjoy it. And if there's no way to use it without paying for it, I find a way around it, believe me. Okay, and then another thing too that makes this iPad so amazing for me is because, like, okay, perfect example. About a month ago, my TV just quit working for, like, no reason. It started working again, like, 2 days later, but I was able to sit here and I was able to be like, oh, it quit working? Okay, I can make that work. Because it has amazing picture on here. Here, let me find a good example. I'm gonna just get past an ad real quick on my iPad. I'm gonna use the Simpsons episode. This is strictly not copyright. This is just me using it at purpose of education. See what I mean? Like, the picture on it is amazing. Like, I could sit there and watch TV on this thing all day and I'm not gonna have an issue. And then honestly, finally, I also use it a lot for my Pinterest scrolling, which is something that I sit here and do a lot in my free time because I can see the colors better on here than I can my phones, and I also can just be a lot quicker and see a lot more than I typically would. And with that being said, like right now I just added 3 new things to my app icons on my Pinterest because I'm able to see it so much clearer and so much better. And then the best part about this pencil that I got from Amazon is, even though it's not an official Apple Pencil, check that out, it sticks to the side of my iPad. So those are all the reasons to not get an official Apple Pencil and to buy an iPad 10.